Welcome to episode 2 of using the KIA and KID opening repertoire to get to 2000. I'm going to completely master this opening by playing it non-stop. Now, I think I might play Bishop G2 before D3, try something new. Before castling, we're going to develop a bit. We can castle whenever we want now. So I'm going to try to prepare for E4. Does not stop E4. It's kind of odd. It does take some space, like I might have to worry about a little bit. Is there any point in playing this? Usually I play C6 to prevent the knight from coming forward, so... Okay, so I just realized it's kind of quiet. I should probably start talking about my moves. What are my opponent's plans? Yeah, okay, just gonna trade, activate their bishop. Just kind of have to do that because otherwise this bishop is not going to be having any fun. Like, usually I always take the bishop once they play h6. I'm gonna take the knight with the bishop. Do that. My move you took, of course. I can't play this, it's only defended once. I could just castle. I'm just gotta improve the position now, right? Improve your pieces. Well, I guess we're still kind of in the opening, maybe. Safeguard your king. Develop your pieces, control the center. Can develop the Elderbrook. Oh, I had an idea. I always like to write down my ideas before I forget. I'm gonna make a educational chess video. I got a good idea for a title. This video I wanted to start making. So they played d4. So if they take, I'll just take back, so I can't move this pawn. Now, usually I play this move to just defend this pawn, but I don't think there's a threat of that. Maybe I'll just go rook e1, threaten this. And maybe I'll develop this queen to a different square. So. Looks like they don't have a lot of options. I mean, they do have this option, which is always annoying, maybe. But I think this is like superfluous knights. So, I mean, if they take my knight, I'm just developing a knight. To take is a mistake. I mean, obviously there's that. What else? I mean, they kind of need to move the bishop somewhere, right? Okay, I didn't see that one somehow. Good move. E5. Closing the center, but got good control. E4. So what I need to do is reroute my knight and get a knight here because I got an outpost. So no pawns can attack that. Just the bishop. So how do I get a knight here? I can't because my opponent's pawns. That's hilarious. Maybe later in the game I can make advantage of that. Do we play for something like this? But usually they just play a5. That's how I would play if I was them. Maybe I might need to develop my queen, of course. Is this even a good move? Or just, I don't know. What if they play here? So maybe I play here, but then they play here though. I don't want that to happen. Okay, one of the ideas, I think, maybe rerouting this knight. Well, no, playing f4. Maybe I'll play this prophylactic move, preventing the bishop from moving there. Then also frees up this square for the knight. Then I can play f4. So let's go with that plan. Even though except my rook is not on this file anymore, which would have been better if it was there to help with that attack. He's just moving a pawn. Got a nice pawn chain there, 4. Before I move, I need to take my time. It's rule number 1. This knight is undefended, but then I just do that. So tempting, just one move threats. And my plan was this. Maybe I can even move my knight over there. I don't know if that does, no. I don't know if that does anything at all. It's like this knight can't go here. I need to do something with my rooks. What do I do with my rooks? I mean, maybe I'm playing this position wrong somehow. Like, it's supposed to be a good structure, I thought, out of the opening. It's at least solid, prophylactic a little bit. Okay, I got another idea. I want to make 2 chess videos that are similar. We've got a lot of time on the clock still. Where are their forward moves? This doesn't have any... doesn't make sense. They need to develop their bishop, right? Maybe they could fianchetto it, but that's just a wall of pawns. So they've got 2 options the way I see it, right? Like, I mean, maybe they want a pawn break, then they get the rook over. Pawn breaks are amazing in chess. Like, pawns are the soul of chess, as I think that was Andre Philidor or something. I think he's the one that said that. I don't know if I got his name right. This is so true. And also Botvinnik, he revolutionized understanding of pawn structures. I didn't even see that move for some reason. And that's also a weak pawn. It's always a weak pawn. So now I will be forced to play queen c7. It's terrible though. It's so passive for my queen. It's the most powerful piece, but it literally doesn't have anything else to do in this current position. So I mean, whatever. I'm going to try to keep my prophylactic machine prepared. I'll probably even have time to play rook back. Like, maybe. This might just be a bad idea. Well, no, because there's always this bishop fianchettoed. You have to play f4 to unlock the fianchetto bishop, because once you play f4 and they take, then you can move the e-pawn that's blocking the bishop, of course. And then, if they let me do this, obviously the pawn will be attacking the bishop, and this bishop will be attacking this knight. So that'll be a fork. So they can obviously do something to defend that. Like, they don't have to take the pawn immediately, or at all. So there they're going for that pawn break I was talking about. Maybe I move my bishop back, but again, it's like one of those passive moves that people tell me I'm not supposed to play. Because if pawn takes, bishop takes, and obviously the bishop's going to have control over the entire diagonal here. So I like this idea, but it only works if they take, sort of. So what if they just play here? Then they've got just really good. I mean, I guess pawn takes, and the position is closed again. So actually, that might actually work. Just go for that. But I also had the plan of using the fianchetto bishop, though. Like, do I want to only worry about my opponent's plans, or should I try to make my own plans and go for the initiative? Trade-offs. Like, I probably should have just played f4 in that position, or just took the pawn and then just let them have this slight positional advantage and play f4. Because if they would have took, or something, they frequently do take without thinking. Yeah, and the knight can't even take. Like, it is actually defended twice, but if the knight takes, then the bishop takes rook. And say they don't even take, I don't know what we take. That might be bad. Maybe we play knight here, forking the bishop and this pawn here, because then pawn can take. And if something takes back, that still doesn't quite work. They could have probably kept the position closed, kept my pawn stuck in e4. No, the good thing about playing prophylactically, though, besides obviously like avoiding losing by like some checkmate attacks and gambits and stuff, is that your opponent doesn't know what to do when you play prophylactically. They have to just play like they just have to move their pieces around. They shuffle their pieces is what they call it. Oh my god, I blundered. They traded pawns. So now the queen sees the square. Dang, bro. Do they not even see it? Why else would they trade queens? Man, why am I so bad at chess? Please, somebody tell me. Like, that was my plan. I moved way too fast. You got rule number 1. I've got 3 rules, right? Rule 1: take your time to properly evaluate and calculate. Why did I not do that? Like, you follow rule 1, you never get any problems. You get another slight problem, then rule 2 will take care of that, and rule 3 will take care of that. There's 3 rules, but I never follow them. Do I have like a fork? No, because the knight is hanging. Ugh. Knight is hanging. Wait, I don't have that. I mean, I probably should just keep the queens on the board. I might just resign, because I just don't want to play this. I have to keep my queen defending the knight. I have to move my queen or else we trade. I mean, the immediate plan would be like to attack this queen with the rooks, but it's not going to be any follow-up. I mean, it's still a low-rated player, so anything can happen. Like, maybe I can win some material back, but I'm not counting on it. Probably going to resign soon. It's probably just a waste of time. I mean, I don't know. It'll be very instructive. If my opponent makes a mistake, I will exploit it, hopefully. That can always happen. Because I'm obviously, I still can't see all the mistakes because I'm bad, but you know, I might as well make that video too. We got so many ideas, but I'm trying to think of which ideas are the most important. I don't want to trade rooks. Don't want to trade queens. So I think this is the position where I resign. So should I keep it going one more move? I don't think so. And then threatening trade queens again. I don't know. Let's try to get a win in this video. No, actually playing black is sometimes easier, so let's go. Because we just played this Pirc Defense. It's funny names, cool, maybe. I heart castling. Instead of saying I love castling. It's funny, I played that bishop move like immediately, but even before developing the knight like I'm supposed to. It's like a Trompowsky kind of opening, sort of. I should play d6 instead of d5, which would be instead of d4. Hey, my opening did work. Like I said, it's just easier playing black. That for the king's Indian attack or king's Indian defense, it's for some reason it's easier to play the defense. So now I'm going to be playing c6 to prevent the knight from coming forward. The pseudo outpost, like I don't want to take with my knight. So this might even be a strong move if they play it now, because knight takes, and they got this pawn, all the space. So that's the importance of playing c6. Oh, it's my move again. What the hell are they playing? They played. I don't know why I thought that move was already on the board. Yeah, every time they play knight c3, you always play c6 in this opening. So I really encourage people to try it out, because it's probably the most solid system opening. Grandmasters play it all the time, like Magnus Carlsen, Bobby Fischer played. And the King's Indian defense is obviously more popular than the King's Indian attack, because like Hikaru plays it, many Grandmasters play it. Why isn't my move again? Bishop e3. Do I want to do that? No. Do I go with the Philidor, the bishop here, or the King's Indian defense, or Pirc defense? Setup. I need to figure out how to put this pawn. Probably not going to be weak. With the files, but currently closed. I don't mind having pawns like that. Like that, this is something I don't know if I really need to worry about that, because I'll just play this or this and this. Yeah, they immediately go for this. Might have to play this now. That's annoying that I always let them play this battery move. Because I can play this now because the bishop and the rook defend, but then if I castle, then the pawn's hanging. So like, I don't need to do it. And then whatever, I'm gonna do it though, because I like prophylaxis. Opposite side castling, long castling. So I usually do short castling. Got some long-term potential here, maybe. Knights on the rim are damn. But it's not. Somebody told me that it's not bad if you're moving it to the rim to immediately move it to the middle. Oh, I can't do that, can I? I can. I could just play this instead, I guess. It's defended twice, 3 times. Yeah, if I would have opened the file, then the queen takes, rook takes, then I have to move my king. So maybe I could castle. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, I think this is just safe. Okay, so I guess they're trying to push the pawn here, but not if I do it first, which I was already planning on, because it's like the only way to actually stop this bishop from taking this pawn if I want to castle. No, they could do that. Shouldn't be giving them ideas. No, I'm not streaming, so they can't be stream sniping. Of course, they played it. It's a good move. How about that? Like that. Just keep the pawn defended. But again, the knight is on the rim and dim. And that might not even be that bad if they can go there, because like, how are they going to get a knight or bishop to the square? I don't know why they're not just going to take. So they don't have to take with this. But if I don't, then they're going to take that pawn, and they're going to have control over this. So, what if I take with bishop? Double those pawns. Double attack. Is that enough compensation for allowing the queen there? It's like, how bad is it really? I can always just move a rook up. Well, if I can't actually do that. This knight is only defended once, so I need to defend the knight again. The rook. Stick to the plan, I guess. Knight takes like the same thing. Fortunately, they can't add another attacker to the knight, so I can play queen c7 like I always do in this opening, and then rook to d8. And I can't stick with pawn because I lose the rook. So pawn takes, knight takes, rook takes. Well, the bishop defends, but I was planning on taking with pawn. Defended twice, attacked twice. Another video I can make. It's like a goofy video. It's not very instructional. I like most of my videos to be instructional. Taking all their time, thinking. So they just play a waiting move, basically. Prove their king's safety. Now I can't play this f5 move to open up this dark squared bishop. So I could move it here, defend this pawn. Might I have to do this? I probably should long castle too, just keep it symmetrical. And we could get and then also puts the rook on this file for me, the same file that the queen is on. So obviously castling castling always is basically 2 moves in 1. Your king gets safe and your rook gets developed. So you can use that as a tool, like, the rook will either go to the f file or the d file, right? Because the king goes on the c square or the g square. So I think I'd rather have it on this file, attacking this rook and queen. Yeah, you saw that. There's no way. Yeah, obviously I'm going to castle long, right? Because there's 2 open. Well, it's not necessarily open. It just feels that way, so something's going on, But there's this open file here, so now the rooks are connected. Always blundering stuff like that. Or do they blunder? The knight defends the square. Do they really just blunder? But the problem is I can't attack this bishop quickly. Maybe with my king. I don't have any knight moves though. Go here. So yeah, I can use my king. It's a little dangerous though. That doesn't work, yeah. I might be able to trap the bishop now. Like, my opponent didn't calculate. They moved really quickly, didn't they? How much time? 10 seconds. Follow rule number 1. Take your time to properly evaluate and calculate. Okay. Now it's defended twice. What are you doing now? You're just gonna have to give it the bishop for the pawn. I'm up material. They can't even pin the knight, fortunately. But how am I going to move my king away from the knight? I have to move my queen over to defend. Then I can move my king, of course. So I can't actually move this rook or else the knight hangs. Gotta watch out for that. I should have realized that sooner so I didn't make any plans that would have created a blunder. Because now if I take, he can attack at tempo, but then I'll just go here. It's fine. This bishop is so terrible. My knight and bishop are also kind of bad, so. Yeah, this should be an easy win for me. Up material, now you just have to do the conversion. Just don't blunder anything. And I'm good at not blundering. I only say that because I like prophylaxis. I could obviously blunder. But just try to keep the position simple and trade pieces. It's not hard to do that, generally. Now I'm going to lose terribly because I said that, but I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? It's like, if you play positionally, strategy over tactics, just eliminate threats, make sure your pieces are defended, loose pieces drop off. Opponent is thinking, should I resign? No, he's not thinking that, unfortunately. Interesting. What are they going to say that move as an attacker? But no, it doesn't work. Maybe they can do that. It might be hard to see that move. I mean, you don't really want to open up your king like that, I guess, but... Do I need to take my time or just follow my plan? Wait, I can't move this rook still. I have to move the knight. I should move the knight because I want trades, right? I should give them the option to trade rooks. Seems fine. I'm just literally up a knight. Opponent's not threatening anything. Bishop check. No follow up. If only this knight was in here, I could... No, it doesn't work. I was going to say, can I sacrifice this knight? Bishop takes. But the bishop still defends the back ranks. I don't know what I was thinking there, but... Yeah, this is just super simple now. Like, if my opponent makes a mistake, I can win chess games. But if my opponent doesn't make mistakes, I can't win chess games. I make the mistake first. It's terrible. It's because, like, when the position gets complicated, there's a tactic, at least to a tactic. Like the last game. I should have thought about the pawn exchange, like it's transforming the position, right? And I should have looked at it because it's a forcing move. It's a pawn break, right? Checks, captures, threats, pawn breaks are the forcing moves in that order of importance. And, it's forcing because after the pawn break, the file's open for the queen. There's another attacker on that square. So I just lose material. Okay, they're defending their position. Now, should I try to get my queen like rerouted over here? Can't do that because bishop takes. How do I get my knight to safety? Is this a bad move? I don't think it should be. I know I probably need to just do something. Maybe I just move my bishop first because their bishop is terrible, sort of, and my bishop's terrible too. But like I have a potential to actually do something with my bishop though. I mean, theirs is absolutely terrible. They can go there, but that doesn't do anything. They can't go there because of knight. Pawn, king, yeah. Their queen can't do anything either. Oh wait, why is this pawn hanging? They didn't take the free pawn. Oh, I'm so bad. Why did I let that? Should the queen take control of this file? Probably threaten the trade to prevent them from going there. So that leaves us with 3 options for the knight. This one might not be that bad. So I can reroute here. What if I go here, then here, though? That's also good. It defends the king. So first order business, defend both the pawns. And maybe even go here, obviously. Make everything more solid. But yeah, the plan is this. Obviously, you need to follow a plan in the middle game. It's scary though. Chess is always scary. But I mean, opponent doesn't have many options though. That's the good thing about prophylaxis once again. There's less forcing moves, so there's less moves to calculate, so it's easier to calculate. And obviously, once I become really good at like prophylaxis, and once I become better at chess, then I can start playing aggressive chess. Like Mikhail Tal, Garry Kasparov. But I think ultimately, I want to have a phase where I play aggressively, but eventually, if I become like really strong candidate master, just the ultimate goal, or international master maybe. But I think my final form will be a prophylactic player though, a positional player. Cause I just believe that aggression just creates too many weaknesses. Like aggression has to be earned. You have to earn the right to attack. You can't just attack. It's like Steinitz. People said that before. There's a book called like how Garry Kasparov's predecessors misled him. It's like a wordplay on the series he had about my great predecessors. And it basically talks about how Kasparov's games where he attacked and it didn't actually work. So it's an interesting one to think about. I might have to read that soon, but I've got too many books on my chess list. They moved. Okay, I like that. I didn't think about that. But I just move this knight. Then my queen will defend the square, but then that allows this. But that's not going to do anything either. I mean, they have control of this whole diagonal, but maybe I'll just put all my pieces on dark squares. It'll be fine. Should I go here, actually? Prevents that. Threatens to take. Then that allows them to go to one of these, but that might not be that bad, right? Maybe they made a mistake. What if they go here, though? I don't think I've... do I still have time after? This is a forcing move. It should be good, right? But what? So rule 2. Rule 1 is take your time to properly evaluate and calculate. But rule 2 is to consider your opponent's moves before your own. Like the threats, the plans, like what is your opponent's best response to your move? And which you can also find using checks, captures, threats, and pawn breaks, active moves. What does the opponent want? Forced wins, threat, plans. The 3 types of things. I still don't have anything, right? Knight, jump, bishop. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I thought I needed to calculate. I just don't want to move too fast. I'm just going to artificially slow myself down. Okay, they played that move. So they defended this pawn, but they still can't push. So it's still like a waiting game. Like they're just going to shuffle the pieces while I improve my pieces and improve my position. I definitely need to move this knight at some point. This should be good though, right? Because it makes the knight more passive. But then what am I bishop doing? I need to go here. Maybe I go there first. Now, do they have this move? No, because they just lose that. I shouldn't be able to play that. But, you always got to be wary of these pawn storms. Bring my queen back to prevent them from moving? Is that what they're trying to bait me to play? Well, if my bishop's there, then I can take the pawn or just blockade it, actually. Because after they attack, if they move their knight back here and attack my bishop, I can just bring the bishop back. I suppose. Eventually, I'm going to try to get my bishop here. Imagine. Should I just give the check? Or is he just baiting me? Because if he goes here, then this is really good. How do I force him to go here? Oh, that might be the move. Oh my gosh. Should I move the queen before the bishop? With the battery? But obviously they can just move the knight. And if I get my bishop here, I can't put my queen here because the queen defense. No, then my bishop might be vulnerable, actually. They could probably just trade pieces. You can't play hope chess. I can't just play like a waiting move, I don't think. If I play this now... I'll just play this once they move the bishop. They don't have any... Still can't go here, it's good. Yeah, maybe I'll just bring the bishop back. Or do I want to put it there? I can't make up my mind. I think we need to improve the knights. For sure, can't go anywhere, so let's do that. If they play this, we play this. And then this, I guess. Oh! Why did I not defend the pawn? With the pawn? How did I not see the queen attack the pawn? I should have obviously played C, or no, it's F6. So this is why I need to be prophylactic. I can't just try to attack willy-nilly. First, you have to be prophylactic and consolidate your position before you attack. You have to earn the right to attack. All that stuff we were talking about. Consolidation comes before aggression. Like if they try to double attack the knights, the queen defends, trying to buy a king. Maybe I'm just lucky. Well, I guess I could also smooth the knight in that case. How about queen here? Nice checkmate threats. Still not... So I lost the pawn. Wait, I'm still up a piece though. But I'm down some pawns. They've got compensation. Yeah, I was saying, I was confident about my ability to win the game up an entire minor piece. I'm so confident. Yeah, if they move the knight, it's not pretty. Because then the bishop covers this. Like, why do they move their king into the middle? Maybe they thought it's the end game, you need to activate your king. But not when the queens are on the board. No. It's not an end game. And if it was a queen end game, you gotta take care of it. Oh my god, is that just a complete blunder? I guess they're double attacking. No, I can just move the knight now, right? You gotta slow down, be careful. I want to play this, but then they can play this, and it's also a check. But if I play knight here, they still can't move the knight, because they can't move the knight at all now, because then I'll take the queen. So they pinned their queen to the bishop. They thought they had some compensation, something. No, knight, move the knight, defend the square. If pawn attacks the knight, queen goes up, and I will let them take the knight, and then I will take their knight. No, but then they have this fork, so I'd have to take back. This only works because after the no, it doesn't work. I was gonna say, can I recapture this knight with this knight? Yeah, but that might work. Knight here, pawn, queen, pawn takes, knight takes. So this is risky. I'm giving up a minor piece, but I'm expecting to win it back. I think that works. Wait a minute, I was supposed to play knight first. Why did I do that? Oh, the move order. I moved too fast. I was supposed to play this move, and for some reason I played this because I was talking so much, and I forgot what I was going to play. Come on, man. Now I'm going to lose. I just lost the piece. Rule 1, take your time. Like, I need to reset my mind. I was talking so much I completely forgot what I was supposed to play. I got really excited about about the fact that I thought I was winning with my plan that I made. Thought I was so smart. Made this plan. Nope. But this is very instructional. Like, this is what you don't do. I thought he would just fork and win the knight, but at least I can defend. So now I'm just down 3 pawns. What if I sacrifice my knight? If he moves the knight, I move the bishop here, and I'm always going to be threatening this queen checkmate. But I can't really move my knight because it's pinned to the king. Oh no. How about this move? Oh, that is actually beautiful, but yeah, I gotta make sure there's no queen checks. Am I still winning? Like, maybe? No, the thing right here defends the square. Ugh. Man, I'm just so bad at chess. But I'm pretty sure I was winning. My plan was probably winning there. I have so much time on the clock. Like, I did not play the move that I wanted to play. I just played the first move I saw because I was really excited and I was talking a lot and I forgot what I was planning. Stupid. Oh my god, they could have just went here. I did move really fast there. I probably should have took my time, but like, what are they going to do? Okay, wait. No, this doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work yet. Yeah. This might be good. I might actually win here. Because the thing about lower rated players is like we're both bad. We could both blunder pieces, but I feel like I know more checkmate patterns and tactical patterns, so that gives me a big advantage. And they might not see this checkmate pattern here. I mean, they probably do because the bishop is so close to the king, like king safety, but they might not realize that I could block them with this. Queen sacrifice, pawn takes. So I'm hoping I can move my king. Like, they could just easily move their queen back. Like, hopefully they'll take this pawn. Okay. Should I just go here, then here still? Check. How do I infiltrate? This knight, it is doing a good job defending here. I'd have to get rid of this bishop somehow, and then put my queen on this square. First, I think we go for this. Petty check here. No queen checks, thank God. It's pawn defense. If I can still win this game, that'd be very awesome. Very interesting content. All they have to do is like this, right? So I'm just screwed. I'm just resign. I'm gonna analyze this game. I'm pretty sure the plan was winning. And I'm probably just gonna end it after this game because it's late and I'm upset. But it's still instructional. Don't need to delete the video or anything. still don't have... Okay, well... Ugh, the knight defends the square. If they play queen here... No, but then they lose the bishop, so yeah, they're not threatening anything there. I can go here now. But I don't know if that does anything, though. Okay. I don't think this is better now. Knight does a good job there. This is the obvious move, but it just trades the knight for the bishop. Why would that help me at all? What about this? The knight, queen's like running out of squares almost. Knight sacrifice because I kind of have to, right? No, there's no follow-up. Everything's just defended so well. There's nothing here anymore. This pawn is now in my way. Maybe if I go here and then here. I guess try to improve my pieces. What else am I going to do? There's so much time on my clock. It's a very good lesson. Just take your time. Rule 1. Consider your opponent's threats. Rule 2, which I obviously did consider my opponent's threats. But, because I knew, I calculated what I thought would happen. Not that bad at chess. Like, I do not blunder a knight. I gotta get used to talking and playing at the same time. Because I actually am not stupid. Like, I saw what was happening. Just emotion. Here, that was a pin. Thank you for pinning yourself. And now, I might win the knights. I might be winning again. Because if I get this fork in, that'll deflect the queen from the defense of the knight. Oh my god, that would be checkmate, maybe. I don't have to take with the bishop, I can take with the queen. The problem, though, the king will probably escape. But I probably should take with the queen, though, instead of bishop. Because unless I have time, I don't know if I have time for that. Is my king safe? I don't think it is. It's open in the open. But if I did put my bishop here, it actually would kind of block in the king, so I could reroute my queen this way. That actually should probably be stronger. What is my opponent going to do to make progress here? Like, if they see, the best thing maybe they could do is bishop f1. If they play bishop f1, then I'm playing against the ghost, they can hear everything I'm saying. Like, there's no way my opponents are playing as prophylactic as I am, and they're actually going to try to think about the opponent's threats. But no, they try to push the pawn, get a queen. Nice try. You don't have time for that. In the endgame, you could get queens from pawns. This is not the endgame. We got queens on the board. We're still doing some aggressive tactics in the middle of the board. Now they're giving up the bishop. I guess they're losing something anyway. They still can't move the knight. Maybe I still have a tactic. They're just giving up a minor piece. They think they're going to win with these pawns, maybe? No, that's the wrong move. Now I'm winning your piece. Now I'm going to be up. Which piece? I think I take with the bishop. Because we can retreat. So I'm up 2 pieces. Let's go. I'm winning. I knew I would win this game. The problem is they got a lot of pawns. We've got to take away all their pawns with the knight. These 2 pawns are going to be a problem. I can only sacrifice both my pieces for pawns, potentially. Definitely 1 piece. Thank God. Like I was saying, I was right. I have the tactical patterns in the calculation. You know? It's like, should I just do this? That might be too much. I think I go for this pawn, actually. If they push it forward, I take with pawn. They can't actually push here. Yeah, because my king's going to blockade. The pawn's going to take. So this is a great move, I think. Now we just have to take all the pawns away. Because a pawn is a baby queen. It's a potential queen. We don't want those. We want to eliminate counterplay. Why is my opponent still thinking and not resigning? It's like, I don't think I need to spend any time thinking barely anymore. Because everything is just winning. So, I mean, like, it's just easy in game. Like, now I'm going to blockade this pawn, reroute the knight, take that. Okay, maybe I'll go here, because I'm preventing the king from going forward. Yeah, king is no progress. Oh, okay, we might be in some trouble now. I guess I can go down and then pawn up. It's not ideal. Wait, they might have to retreat now. This is good. Yeah, I can't quite take that yet. I think I should go here and here. Yeah, their king being prophylactic. The king can't go forward now. The bishop covered that square. Like, I wanted the king to cover, but the pawn pushed me away. The bishop covers that. Don't lose on time. Knight's starting to take that. If they push, then this. But then they might actually be able to push this pawn, which might be good for them. But then I'll sacrifice the bishop or something. But no, I actually can't just sacrifice my pieces willy-nilly for pawns, because I only have 3 pawns left. Gotta take note of this. It's like, well, I can do knight and bishop checkmate if I need to, but I can probably keep 1 pawn on the board. Like, should I trade pawns here? I don't know. I got plenty of time. I don't think this is a problem. I just need to get both my binder pieces, attack this square. Do I need to get my knight to cover this one somehow? Maybe put my king in. Yeah, I can try to do this. Obviously, you want to attack the pawn chain at its base. So I could try to do that with my king. Like, they might have to go here now, but then I go here. That's a good plan, I think. Yeah, I'm going to force them away. Now, my king's going to be able to go here now that it's just over. Except they could put their king here. No, the knight will still cover that too. Yeah. So king here, knight here, king up, bishop defends, that knight, and the knight covers these two. So in that position, the king will no longer be able to do anything. So, yeah. Now my king gets in. Well, actually, I can't really move my king necessarily because I gotta watch out for this pawn. Crazy. Do I do a bishop sack for 2 pawns? I think that's completely reasonable. I can go pawn here. Because this is a threat of them pushing the pawn. I cannot actually move my king forward and make progress there. I've got 3 pawns. It'd be 3 pawns against 2, and I've got a knight. It's totally fine. This knight this pawn's gonna go here, defend this one, and then my knight is gonna reroute. It's gonna take this last pawn. We got it all figured out, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing they could do is maybe get their king all the way around the board and attack the base of the pawn chain there. But no, yeah, this is completely super easily winning. Just defend the pawn. Wait, why did I not take this pawn? Ugh. World will never know. Nope. Now I can throw in and take this pawn with the knight and then push this. They finally resign. So looks like I'm stuck at 11:30. I can win games, but it's never pretty. I always make some stupid mistakes, but I do have the ability, the capability, intelligence maybe. I've got the potential to improve. It's just I gotta stop making stupid beginner mistakes. So this is a journey for everyone watching, hopefully, and eventually we'll get into the good stuff where we can actually use some nice real game plans, some real like master level stuff in the middle game and the end game. But for now, we're just gonna learn the solid opening. Gets you a good position always, most of the time. Safe position, which that's the goal of the openings, create a safe and active position. So a little weird here, but I mean, yeah, it's prophylaxis. Like, listen to what I preach, and you should lose less games. Study your tactics, study your checkmates, play prophylactically, follow the 3 rules. The third rule, by the way, is to blunder check by visualizing a move and just actually thinking about what will happen on the board. But yeah, let's go back to the kind of the move that lost in the game. It's this, they took this pawn. It's always poison pawn. Usually this pawn is here, and this, which defends this, and then the bishop is stuck. But the pawn wasn't there, so they're like, wait, I can take. But they didn't see this knight here. I always play in this opening, right? We always play this move, knight b to d2, or knight b to d7 as black. So they will never be able to take this pawn. You will win games like this all the time. As long as you can win, well, as long as you can hold on to the minor piece advantage, which is difficult as we saw in this game. Well, it's not that difficult. It's only difficult if you're stupid. No, if you like move really quickly and you don't think. I can analyze here. Yeah. I wonder if surely that works. Why can't I see the moves? No, they don't want to play knight c6. I'm still winning, obviously. They say knight c5, knight c7, knight d6. Wow, so three knight moves that I didn't consider. Why are we giving up this knight here? Because I guess we get this one, and a king is defended by the knight. Interesting idea. So what is this? What would this actually be? Yeah, it's slightly better for black. Should be okay. The best move is queen d3, of course, limiting the pin. And if I would have played this, yeah, I'm still at a very slight advantage. So you still have to play some chess, but it's not as quite as good as I thought because they can just retreat the queen. But it was playable. Let's see, what was the best move when I was starting to take the bishop and then just sacrifice their queen? Oh yeah, there's nothing they could do, I guess. I was going to take the knight. Their best move was queen c4. Oh, it's maintaining the defense of the knight. But no, that doesn't work right. Why is my best move queen capture c3? Knight capture e2 is a draw. Oh my god, this doesn't make any sense. Very instructional here. Oh, you don't have to take? You play b4? That's why they play queen c4, so you can play b4. Oh. Then you have to move the queen. Is there a bunch of checks now, or what? No. Okay, so that's actually a draw. So what I would have had if they would, I was expecting them just to give it up, yeah, and lose. That would have been winning for me. But the only thing they could have done is queen c4 because that allows b5. Wait, but so I would, yeah, queen capture c3. So we're just trading. Oh, then I win the knight at the bishop with the knight at the very end. Queen captures, bishop takes check. That's a weird face, sorry. But yeah, no, knight captures because you don't have to. This works too. Wait, does the other one work? No, the other one doesn't work. Chess is so complicated. Why can't I just play bishop captures, the knight captures? Maybe because their pawns are so advanced. Slightly good for me, but it's not as good as the other move. So it still works, I guess. But yeah, the best move is this by a lot because we don't have to hurry. You know, obviously this queen's not going anywhere. It's pinned. And then just have to give up the queen for the minor piece. So they do have some pawns. They have 3 pawns for the knight, but yeah. No, this is still easily winning. The pawns can't go forward because pawns take. So winning that pawn, then I'm winning that pawn, then I'm winning that pawn too. Maybe. But even if not, it's 3 pawns and a knight. I can literally just win. It'd be 3 pawns against 3 pawns and a knight versus 4 pawns after I take these 2. Easily. Why did they not defend this pawn? That's weird. Okay, whatever. But yeah, that is going to conclude the video. 2 very instructional games. At least 1 very instructional game. The first game is probably instructional of how to... yeah, it was instructional actually. Just what not to do. Just how to calculate and be prophylactic and like think of the opponent's moves that they could play that aren't obvious. Like it is a pawn break. It's a forcing move. But the long-term plan is not so obvious of opening the file to add another attacker to a square. I feel like it's a little bit... it's not very frequent. That's why it was hard for me to see, because the pattern recognition is basically off chess, and I've never seen it, so I can't recognize it. But yeah, a lot of information here in this video. Hopefully you liked it, and you will subscribe and follow the rest of my series. Thanks for watching.